It's one dish one way today, and we're going to mix it up a little bit by recipes, and we're going to do keto and vegan all in the same recipe, and it's dessert time. So I'm intrigued by how these will turn out. Okay, something a little different. Welcome to One Dish Two Ways. I'm doing this because I did some searching and asked Miss Google what kind of recipes are out there that are keto friendly, because that's the kind of diet I've been on, not wholeheartedly, mostly just low carb, if you want to call it that, but you could reference to the keto recipes. Basically cutting out the whites, the potatoes, the breads, the uh, obviously sugar, sweets, donuts, all that kind of fun stuff. And it's working. So obviously we are in the holiday time, hence the shirt. And I want to put out some recipes that I found that are actually vegan, but I believe they're going to be good. And I know they're going to be good for me as well if I want that sweet during the holiday time. So what we're making is a keto peanut butter chocolate truffle. I don't know anything about it. I've never made it before, so we're going to find out how it works. But what I liked about it, number one, I've done enough eating over the last 4 or 5 months now that I've realized that almond flour doesn't affect me like your regular wheat flour does. And the sugar substitutes like stevia and the yellow and red packs and all those don't bother me that much. So I'm getting to be able to learn a little bit more about this. And this recipe is same type of ingredients I know Sheila would use, and it's ingredients I think I can't imagine them not being good still. So what I've got, we're going to start with, we got to make the filling, which makes the little balls. And I think this is going to be a pretty popular recipe only because the ingredients. You got peanut butter and chocolate. So I think we already are going to win this no matter what. So I got a cup of natural peanut butter, not the Jiffy. And I don't know why I put it in there, but that's okay, because we're going to put it in the blender here. I've got a half cup of almond flour. I've got a quarter cup of, I'm using stevia, but if you have another preferred natural or artificial sweetener, I think the recipe actually calls for erythritol. One of the reasons because the type of the way it reacts to heat and that kind of thing, but I think this one doesn't really call for the heat. You're basically just going to mix this. I'm going to try to mix it a little bit with a spoon, and then we're going to put it in this blender to get it to really come together.
Did you say it was natural peanut butter?
Yes.
Okay.
And it says a pinch of salt. I don't know how much a pinch is, but I think 2 pinches are better than 1. And then a teaspoon of vanilla. Which I can't imagine vanilla not being tasty. And I'm not really sure, but you could probably even substitute this with the stevia, that if you wanted to put maybe actual like raw honey or something in here. If you wanted to go that route, you probably could. For me and my goal of not having the sugar spikes, I want to avoid that is my goal. But if you aren't a fan of the artificial sweeteners and you want to do a natural sweetener, I would imagine, I'm pretty sure honey's on the vegan list, being it comes from bees and nothing else. So this is coming together pretty good. They say to get it together because what we're going to do is we're going to spoon this up and we're going to make little balls and put them on this parchment paper so we can drop these into the freezer and freeze them, and then we're going to heat up the chocolate and coat them in the chocolate, and voila, you got a...
All right, share lamp offline.
Apparently something he said kicked off.
So Miss Google's still listening.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so I'm going to scooch this over here, make room for this. I need this again, I know that. So it says to basically spoon them up. And this is just about the right consistency where I can put them into a ball. That might be a little too much. So I got a feeling they smell really good. You can already tell it almost, I don't want to say it tastes like that other type of candy bar that you can buy or the little candy treats that are chocolate and peanut butter, but I think it's pretty darn close to said candy. But yeah, this is just the perfect consistency. I'm not sure how many of these little boogers we're going to make. If you hear snoring in the background, we have a new foster, and it's a little pug, and he's down here underneath my feet.
Roly.
And
Roly-poly, come here. Come here. Show your face. Show your face. That's
snores.
that's she. Didn't you tell me it's a she?
Yeah, it's a she.
Yeah.
She snores as she breathes, so
Snorts. Not
typically,
snores.
well, you can call it whatever. So when she's around, that's all you hear is this. So you know where she's at. You can't not ever lose her.
And Basil's staying far away.
Her and
Basil's not feeling like she wants to be a foster sister right now. So she just removes herself from the situation. She's really good about that. Yeah, you never did need the pressure though. The food processor, yeah.
I'm probably making these a little bigger than they should be, but we can tweak them later on if we need to. We can always weigh them to maybe a 1 ounce or 1.5 ounce ball or something. Get them just right.
I think you can make those any size you want.
Yeah, because
if you're giving them as a gift and you want them to fit in a certain type of mold, you can make them that big. If you want them to be little tiny bite size, you can make them that big.
Yeah, you're making these, however, and I don't know, I don't see why you couldn't. I'm not sure if natural peanut butter comes with the option of chunky or unchunky, but
not at the place, not at Fresh Time. You put the peanuts are in there, you put the container underneath that you want to fill, and you just click start, and there's no, because that's how I do it. I don't buy it. I just go to the Fresh Time and get it ground up right then. It's just peanuts. Just peanuts.
Okay, so we got, probably should have, if I was measuring them, I probably would have got 12, but we got 11. So there you go. These will go into the freezer, and I think it takes like 30 minutes, it says, for them to kind of stiffen up. And once we get to that point, we will come back and we'll melt the chocolate dip. And I would imagine they're going to set pretty quick, being that these are frozen. I think that will set the chocolate pretty quick, and we will have these ready to taste. So we'll be right back. Okay, we are back with our frozen peanut butter balls. As I mentioned before, this is one dish two ways, but today is not two ways. We're basically converted this into one that's within both our diets, and we're going to try it and see how well this goes. We froze these for about 30 minutes, maybe?
Probably 35 by the time we took care of the dog.
So they're pretty solid, and they're probably not totally frozen, but I believe the chocolate has cooled. This is the dairy-free 9-ounce bag of chips and 1 tablespoon of coconut oil that I just put in the microwave, 30-second baste, until we got it to where it's basically cool. It was pretty warm when I first finished it. Now it's just at a room temperature almost, but it's a liquefied state. So we're going to take one at a time, and we're just going to use a fork and spoon these up. And I have a feeling, because the peanut butter is frozen, it's going to gel up that chocolate pretty quick, and won't take long for these to come to a point that we can pick them up and eat them. And again, we'll taste one here in a little bit. Obviously, we're going to see how they taste, number one. And number two, I'm kind of curious. I wonder if it's going to be too much peanut butter. Maybe I made the peanut butter balls too big, and that's going to cause the, kind of throw off the balance between the peanut butter and the chocolate. It's hard to say for sure. I can already tell this one here this is a milk chocolate. So it's real, when it's warm and liquefied, it's real shiny. But you can see on this first one, now that it's basically gelled up, it's more of a dull sheen to it. So I'm pretty sure we could probably just about pick that one up at any point and try it. So we will see how these taste here in a minute. But I'm hoping these, because the amount of people, Americans, that have diabetes, whether it's type 1 or type 2, I'm not an expert at that. Don't quote anything I'm saying on this, but I'm hoping this will be an option for somebody to enjoy some sweets in the holiday time without indulging and eating a ton of them, because no matter what, anything you eat without moderation, you might as well you're going to be setting yourself up for problems, whether you have diabetes or not, probably.
Apparently she has a voice. You hear her barking?
I do.
We never know with fosters. They don't always come with a voice. Sometimes they're very quiet till they get used to it. And we have her in her crate, just getting her to relax a little and to give Basil a little bit of a break. Basil wouldn't come in when she was down there. So now all of a sudden we hear her barking just a tad bit. So as soon as we get done here, we'll go get her. You never know when you get fosters and that's always my hesitation, is I don't like the unknown. I want to be able to think about it and wrap my brain around it. But as Joe says, you can't wrap your brain around every situation, because you never know what's going to hit you. So
this 9-ounce bag of chocolates with that little bit of coconut oil actually turned out to be just about right for this. There's enough chocolate here if you had some sort of ice cream situation, or you wanted a sundae or something. Can't say that this wouldn't have been
You don't always need the coconut oil to melt the chips. I've melted them before without any oil, so just keep that.
My lack of experience, I'm just following the recipe as it is.
I'm just letting people know that that's an option.
So I'll set that aside for you can.
We'll put it in a container and
do
freeze
something
it.
with that later. So there you go. Here's.
Do you want to try it now?
We can taste this one here. It's pretty well. The chocolate's not totally set, but you can touch it.
I'm gonna use a fork.
I'm pretty dead on.
Let me set it down.
The chocolate hadn't totally set. That's why it's kind of melting on my fingertips, but I'm not complaining about it at all.
Personally, I think the ratio of peanut butter to chocolate is just fine.
So that's pretty darn good. I'm not complaining.
I think anybody that comes to our house, the family, I think any of them would eat it.
And I don't think anybody...
We don't always tell everybody that it's vegan because sometimes that instantly puts people in a, well, I'm not going to like it. No, there's no way you can tell that this is dairy-free.
If you put this, I'd recommend actually probably half the size of the peanut butter ball so you get more quantity, especially if you're going to do these for family as a dessert or a snack sitting around at a table. Because I think once they totally cool off and firm up, you can probably have them at room temperature. But the other thing is obviously most people when they're holiday times, they don't want to eat a big chunk of something because this is probably twice the size of a Reese cup or something like that. So I would say bring the peanut butter balls down to about half that size, get twice as many. You still use the same amount of chocolate pretty much to coat them. And you got a little extra here, so I'm sure there'll be enough. And that coating, I don't know if you can see it real close, but I would say it's an 1/8 inch or more thick. So you got a good chocolate coating. And being milk chocolate, you could use dark chocolate probably. I'm guessing they make a dark chocolate version.
You
could even kind of take that sweetness down another notch if you wanted to. But yeah, these things, if you put these in a party situation, you take them in a bowl or what have you, or pass them around, wrap them individually and pass them around. People are not gonna, and you didn't even say anything about them being vegan. I'd be willing to bet no one in this world would. They might say, well, they're kind of different. Okay, well, it's a homemade recipe. Everything's going to have a little different taste to it. So, but they would not be able to identify that as being dairy-free and sugar-free, basically, and within both the keto diet and the vegetarian diet. So there you go. You got my thumbs up on it, and highly recommend this one if you want that holiday sweet. This is a very, very good one to put out there for people. So that's all we got. Make sure subscribe, like. We're always trying to grow the channel because there's thousands of people out there. You're going to probably see some more recipes like this that both fall under the keto and the vegan recipe lifestyle, just because it's so easy to bring those together. And with the amount of people that are battling diabetes, you get the amount of people that want to eat more healthy in general, getting away from the sugars in the holiday time. I'm not going to say you can be guilt-free, but you can definitely be have a lot less guilt on your mind when you eat one of these versus your store-bought candy. So, all right, that's all I got for today. Enjoy. Hope, make sure you comment if you've tried them or if you want to try them, whatever. And I'll be curious if you guys like them as much as we do. Talk to you later. Have a good week. See ya.